Nova Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I got to keep you updated on what's going on the Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder scene. Those are our heavyweight champions. Everybody's undefeated, and we're trying to get them to fight. So the newest news is this, right? Joseph Parker's team, the main man of Ducko Events, named David Higgins, received an email from Eddie Hearn. And, the offer seems to be ridiculous. He seemed to have been lowballed. I've heard everything. He's been lowballed, ridiculous. And David Higgins basically gave up on the negotiations. It's insulting, is what he says. So whatever that offer was, this came after that Joseph Parker's team stating that, hey, listen, you know the deal. All right, we're willing to go 60-40 from jump, which means you could probably go in there and, take a few more percent off of that and give them in Joshua's favor. But they were going in knowing, okay, 40%, 40-60. So whatever the offer was is insulting. David Higgins, told his boy Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker laughed at it too. They laughed at it, and they basically, they're not interested. It's insulting to a heavyweight champion. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, Joshua, I don't know what you're thinking he should get. Right? He's a heavyweight champ, but so is Joseph Parker. Right? But a lot of people on his resume. Joseph Parker fought about 6 times in 18 months, guys. Right? And then there with Dimitrenko. Who else had? Andy Ruiz. Right? Carlos Takam. Right? He already had beat him. And Takam had a training camp with him. All right? And then he took an undefeated Fury. Got him too. So, let's respect the man. Right? We can't call everybody nobodies. So, you don't want to lowball them. Now, the problem is, sometimes in England right now, we know it's popping a little bit. And the stadiums are getting full. And, everybody's following their fighters like England is following their fighters like they should. But that just means he's that in England. We're talking the world here. And the question still will remain. Do you want to find out who the best is? Are you interested in finding out who is the best? That's the bottom line. If not, you can be in England and just handle your business. Frank Bruno, like I told you before, about to get a movie. He wasn't never the best heavyweight. Love him. Right? And you remember that we just talking about this 90,000 that sold out with Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. Make sure you understand Klitschko was there. He was there. Okay? That didn't just happen with Anthony Joshua, by the way. But let me just show you that, stadiums get full in England. Right? My theory is you can take Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn Sr. Right? Put them together, you're going to put 50,000 in England. They can fight tomorrow. Don't act like, England just follows their fighters and follows boxing. There ain't nothing else but football going on over there. And the English national team ain't won nothing in who knows how long. So it's like, attention span is not like they got a whole lot of stuff to be paying attention to. So they pay attention to their boxing. Right? Listen, what was the record? 80,000? Remember that? Remember who made 80,000? George Groves. And your boy Carl Froch. Who's a bad boy, by the way. Carl Froch. But Carl Froch, I like Carl Froch when he fight because he coming in there to fight. But he was never the best super middleweight in the world. He was far and away, second or third, depending on who you ask. But first was Andre Ward, by far. Right? So him and George Groves, who ain't the best now, and probably not going to be the best, because Chris Eubank about to get that. But, George was a very serviceable, good super middleweight. But it's not one of the very best, unless he can prove me otherwise soon. But him and Carl Froch packed 80,000 in the stadium, Wembley. So that's just England. It's not like, okay, what Anthony Joshua is doing is something astronomical. You got a heavyweight champion. You're going to follow him. That's all that is, right? That's different for these other cats. That don't mean you're the best. So you can't be going around lowballing everybody because he's lowballing Joseph Parker. Hopefully, this is not Eddie Hearn's account. That's what David Higgins is hoping, that it was hacked and somebody else sent him that. That's what he's got to hope for. That's how much he was lowballed. Now, in the same sentence, we're talking about, hey, Deontay Wilder, WBC champion, 38-0, 37 knockouts, or was it 39-0 with 38 knockouts? Right? Just knocked the dude out that he didn't knock out before Bermane Stiverne. Right? We ain't respecting him. He has to be realistic. It's coming from their team. So at the end of the day, you got to be careful. You guys in England right now, guys, be careful. I told you before, you got the power. When a fighter starts feeling entitled, he ain't going to have to fight nobody. If you keep being a fan and you don't demand anything, he's not going to have to fight anybody. You know, because if everybody's all right with other champions being undefeated in the same division, and we just going to call because I'm in England, you know, doing my thing, then that's what's going to happen. You're never going to have to fight anybody. You can't go around lowballing everybody, you know, because you beat Vladimir Klitschko. 41 years old, Vladimir Klitschko had already lost to Tyson Fury. And you can't keep linking yourself to a Tyson Fury fight because Tyson Fury weighs more than a couple of boxers put together. And he's talked too much, so he's going to have to get himself together first. Then, so that's not relevant right now. I mean, you can keep it in the news, but it's not relevant. It's not going to happen anytime soon. So that's bad news that David Higgins, the Doko Events, and Joseph Parker's team has been lowballed. It's bad news. You know, and let's see, Deontay Wilder's team is going to probably be lowballed as well. So the question is, are we going to just tolerate Deontay Joshua fighting anybody? We don't want to do that, do we, mate? So it's time to somebody to understand that, hey, we're all champions. There's no one entitled. There's no one's resume that's very much better than the other guys. If you guys go through the rankings, I think some of the fans out there, you know, fans like Bob Arum says, you can point them in any direction and they'll just go in that direction. You can just say something, put a narrative out there. They don't do the research. But look at everyone's resume. Anthony Joshua's resume, his whole resume. Matter of fact, start from the Olympics, but that's just me. But look at his resume. Then look at Deontay Wilder's resume. Look at your boy Joseph Parker's resume. Look at the names on there. And the ones that we continue to call them, hey, bums, you never fought nobody with a pulse. All these guys are nobodies, taxi drivers. First of all, you ain't running up on nobody. None of them dudes that got beat, telling them that in their face. That's first. But the thing about it is go through there and check out the records and then look in the rankings. And those are the guys that are in the rankings. You guys are talking about phantom heavyweights that don't exist. Between these three guys, they got everybody. And they, like I said in the other video, if they're not on one of these guys' resumes, they're doped. And that's why they're not, which means it's their fault. These guys have beat everybody, and they have no one except themselves. I've already did a video about that. That's why this lowballing has to stop. And it's only going to stop if the fans say, hey, yo, AJ, you're the man, but we do want to see you prove that you're the best. Pretty much that simple. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.